This video will explore virtue ethics and coherence theory. Virtue ethics is an approach to ethics which emphasizes an individual's character. It uses the idea of a virtuous person to decipher right actions from wrong. When making a moral decision, we can ask, what would a virtuous person do? A virtuous person lives the virtues, which are moral characteristics that a person needs to live well. There are a generally agreed set of virtues that all humans would benefit from. However, there have been different sets over time, and there is no fixed list of virtues. It is personal, rather than focused on the actions themselves, looking at the moral character of the person carrying out the action. It does not look at ethical duties, rules, or consequences. Virtue ethics is therefore concerned with a person's whole life, rather than actions, emotions, or duties. Virtue ethics is more likely to act out of rational decisions than instinct. The stained glass window on your screen shows an image of the virtues fighting vices in a 14th century church. Modern theories of virtue ethics have emphasized the importance of moral education as the training of character. Traditionally, the cardinal virtues were prudence, justice, fortitude, and temperance. The modern theologian James F. Keenan suggests that modern virtues are justice, which requires us to treat all human beings equally and impartially; fidelity, which requires that we treat people closer to us with special care; self-care, as we each have a unique responsibility to care for ourselves, effectively, mentally, physically, and spiritually; prudence, the prudent person must always consider justice, fidelity, and self-care. The prudent person must always look for opportunities to acquire more of the other three virtues. Virtue ethics is a flexible system of deciding how to act in any situation. If we know the principles of virtue, we can apply them to any situation. Virtue ethics has the benefit of encouraging the individual to look at what it means to be human. It takes into account all aspects of human life. However, it does not give specific guidelines on what to do in any particular situation. It also does not give concrete guidance on how to be a good human being. Would a virtuous human being know the right thing to do? There is not a fixed set of virtues, so there may be disagreement about what the virtues are. These might differ from culture to culture or in different eras. It could be argued that virtue ethics is self-centered because it is focused on the development of the individual's character, whereas many other ethical theories look outwards from the individual and deal with actions to the extent that they impact on others. Some think that virtue ethics does not give any practical guidance on how to behave. It is up to the individual to work it out for themselves. Another ethical theory is based on the coherence theory of truth. This means that a judgment is true only if it coheres, in other words, agrees with, a set of other propositions. For a moral judgment to be the right one, it must agree with a set of conditions which fit together into one coherent view. It takes into account all aspects of the moral experience, not only the reason or the intellect, not only experience of the individual or of others. Joseph DeMarco has suggested a dynamic coherence theory which fits into the world view of the individual and takes into account changing situations such as medical breakthroughs or changing debates. Coherence theory takes into account both the particular context of the moral dilemma and universal claims, aiming for a holistic understanding of the morality of the issue. DeMarco's primary principles to which moral decisions must cohere are 1. Do no harm, 2. Do not interfere with freedom, and 3. Do not be unjust. The dual principles, the positive versions of these, are 1. Promote good, 2. Enhance freedom, and 3. Promote equality. Moral rules and traditions, both local and global, are taken into account as far as they cohere with these principles. This is a complex system by which to make ethical judgments, but can be applied to any situation.